Baby born in U.S., but parents can't afford it.
Do you plan on having the baby in Michigan? That's fine. And how are you going to pay for it? And we can move on.
Okay.
So answer the questions, please.
Fine.
Yes.
So if she can have a baby in Michigan,
Yes.
fine.
Okay.
If we can pay for it. But
Very
if we
good.
cannot pay for it, then we leave.
Okay, very good. Was that your intention when you guys traveled from Nigeria? You knew that, is that right? You knew that that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew that.
Okay, were you nervous to tell me that?
Yeah, because we didn't know
No problem. Listen, I appreciate you telling me
what
the
they're
truth.
gonna do with us.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to move to the next step. We'll figure it out. Do you plan on having the
Oh shit. Yeah, our country's a shithole, so we gotta make your country pay for it. Man, this is why like I am very pro ICE and very pro border, pro anti illegal immigration, right? Baby born like that baby's gonna have birth rights in the U.S. and then what the U.S. will have to like take care of that kid systematically speaking, right? And yeah, it's who's gonna pay for it? Your dollars, your tax dollars are gonna pay for it. And I don't believe that the whole deal about like child born in the U.S. You should it should be an American. Like it just doesn't make sense because it's like here's the thing. Yeah, I get that U.S. has resources to help people, but then our resources were borderline drained. Actually, it was beyond drained, and then we had to go into trillions of dollars in debt in order to keep up with our government expenses, right? Like Barack Obama, he wants to borrow $19 trillion from the print $19 trillion. They say it's not printing; it's more like borrowing. But then I don't care. I think it's printing at the end of the day. And then Joe Biden in his 4-year term, in his one term, he end up borrowing or printing $16 trillion. We cannot afford it. Yeah, we cannot. And our dollar drops in value every time we print money. The middle class and the lower class, they have to take wage cuts. Like their wage will not catch up to inflation, which is why if you see the wealth gap, right? It's compare it to 2008 till now. It's a world of a difference. It's not even 20 years, and it is. I think like Bill Gates had only like $12 billion, and now the richest man has like $400 billion. Literally, you could argue the rich got like, let me see, like 20 sometimes richer over the past, 30 times richer over the past 18 years, which is a huge gap, right? The gap between the rich and the poor. And just because people keep borrowing, the government just keeps printing money, right? It's not the rich that's paying for this; it's the poor and the middle class. And this guy, he wants to come here and make you pay for it. Are you surprised? Right? Is Elon Musk gonna increase the amount, like how much he pays taxes? Are these banks gonna stop using that loophole where they don't pay taxes? Like, oh, all of our money is in assets, so can't. And yeah, this is how rich people with businesses have a bunch of stuff, right? And they don't have to pay taxes for it. They do this thing where they it's like a form of accounting where this, for example, a company buys a Lamborghini. It's a company car, right? And then for EOL, which is end of life value, they say, okay, this car is 500 grand. It's gonna retain its value for 1 year, and then after that, it's gonna be worthless. So the company buys that car, hold that car for 1 year, and then tank its value down to zero, and then they give it to the CEO. That's how it works. That is how, and then like the CEO, all he receives is a $0 value Lamborghini, and that is how people have a bunch of shit and they don't have to pay taxes for it. And yeah, they keep abusing this loophole, and then people are poor, they need to borrow money to survive. Honestly, it's not completely like rich people's fault. It's also people just spending money impulsively. But yeah, please don't let this guy don't let his baby have citizenship in the U.S. I don't care. I'm trying to protect what we have left, because all these rich people living in Martha Vineyard, they're just pushing illegal immigrants into your area, into poor people's area. I live in a relatively bad place. Back then, it wasn't that bad, but now it's riddled in illegal immigrants just because of rich people. Representative Ayanna Pressley gets visibly upset when the reporter asks her about the increase in her net worth from almost $0 to $8 million after serving in Congress.
Affordability. What do you have to say to Americans who are concerned about the fact that you went into Congress with a negative net worth and now you're reportedly worth over $8 million?
No response.
No comment?
I wish you people would stop reporting fake news. You don't know anything about me and my life. I was raised in a single parent home. Every single thing my family and I have, we have earned. And you are reporting fake news.
Well,
and you should be asking, well, do your homework. That's how you get clarity.
What should I be asking?
You should do your homework, and that's how you get clarity, okay? That's how you get clarity. Do your homework.
You're knocking capitalism, but isn't that...
Thank you. You can take this card from me. Thank you. What was your name?
Allison, thank you so much. Congresswoman,
I would just turn to the camera and say, well, there you goes. She's too afraid to answer the question. That raises even more questions now. And gosh darn, let's take a look at her Rep. Ayanna Pressley. Let's look at her net worth. Ayanna Pressley net worth. Pressley net worth before Congress. Did I spell her name correctly? Had a negative net worth before entering Congress in January 2019. According to financial disclosure analysis from source like OpenSecrets.org, her net worth in 2018 prior to her congressional term was estimated approximately negative $12,500. This figures come from an asset, primarily a single Boston property value between $500,000 and $1 billion, plus a underdetermined city pension, being offset by a significant liability, including mortgages exceeding $600K and some tax debts. At the time, she was serving in Boston City Council, where her salary was around $97,000 annually, supplemented by her husband's income from city government role, about $92,000. The couple owned one property that the primary residence partially converted to rental use, which contributed modest rental income. Note that these are estimates on publicly filed congressional disclosure, which members upon election as pre-Congress personal net worth details are limited to what reported in her initial filings. Before reported highlights a significant increase in her wealth after entering Congress, largely expanded real estate holdings and her husband's consulting business, but prior to that, her finances were modest and even underwater due to debts. Well, there you have it. God damn, Grok, you did a good job. So, yeah, she borrowed a bunch of money, and then the value of her property just skyrocketed. That seems a little convenient. Yeah, but she is a small fish though. Like she's not like Tim Walz. So there's really not, like, I don't think like Donald Trump is gonna look into her deal, right? It's very possible that she's done something to increase the values of her property. Like if you buy like a shitty property at a shitty place, like you could, depending on what kind of political power you have, you can increase the traffic, like have more government, have more businesses in that local area granted by the government, you know, and increase traffic, and then that will increase the value of the property. But I don't know. There's not enough information, right? But for sure, she was kind of dodgy with that question. An administrator at University of KY was caught admitting they still push DEI. She said that they changed the word because people are dumb. Most of our faculties are pretty progressive. She is then confronted.
Most of our faculty are pretty progressive. We can't actually use those words because, you know, people are dumb.
And you went on to explain that you were still continuing to do the DEI work. What people are dumb?
If we hear about issues with respect to that, we will move to remedy that and correct that.
Most of our
People are dumb. So just in case you don't know this, because you're dumb, she's talking about conservatives. Conservatives are dumb. People that are not Democrat are dumb. People that don't believe in politics are still dumb. That's how these people are. Like these Democrats, they like to martyr themselves and caricature themselves as these noble heroes of the modern world. And oh yeah, well, we're the only ones that know. No one knows how important DEI is. Let me tell you what, man. One time I went to a hospital and this hospital lacked Asian people, so they just decided to hire any Asian person, right? And then when I was going to get my blood drawn, I got this fat Asian bitch of a nurse. She seems kind of into me. I was not into her. I had no interest in her. I don't care if she was interested in me and all. Like, I went there to get my blood drawn, and then the whole time she was just like bumping her own music, you know, enjoying her own crap, probably smelling her own fart. And this bitch poked me 3 times until she finally got my vein. I never had that happen before. Like, I had doctors that jabbed me once, and then like they need a do-over, but this blind bitch that's wearing these thick-ass glasses still couldn't see where my artery or vein is, and then she just jabs it. Like, holy crap, she is awful at her job. But you know what? These hospitals, right? They need to hire these DEI people. Uh-oh. Oh man, we gotta hire these more Asians because we lack it. Your credentials are not important. We just need someone that's not white. So stupid. Stupid as hell. I think I could have died. That bitch like just fucks up and tears the fucking needle in my artery. I could have fucking bled out. Crazy.